November 28th, the Monday after Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. And so today's show, we're gonna get into the fact that Biden is talking assault weapon ban again. You know, every time something happens, the ban comes out. Let's see, Mike McCarthy might not be as popular in the House as they thought he was. And I said, and so forth. What's happening in China? It's a lot to talk about over there. And more. And so let's get into it. Let's go. Welcome to the Brandon T Show, where we talk about everything that's important to the working man. And we're not politically correct here. So working man means men, women, whoever's out here getting it. We come to deliver the news that's important to y'all. And with that said, this is the Working Man Committee. All right, welcome. I'm Brandon T. Let's get into it. And our top story that the working man needs to know about, because it affects a lot, is what's happening in China. Now, there's a lot of protesting happening in China based on China's lockdown, the strict COVID lockdowns. One joker cough, they're gonna lock. It's like, hey, it's like around here. It's like, you think about it right now. I will scale it way down. You go to the mall, and one joker cough. Everybody get locked out in the mall. There's one joker in the corner cough, but everybody's getting locked out. And so that's what's happening in China with the zero COVID policy thing they have over there. And so with that, and the protests in China, and so much stuff comes out of China that feeds the world economy, because everybody said, hey, it's cheaper. They do it. Hey, man, I give them 35 cents and buy from them and send it across the oceans and so forth. And China, it's, you know, so they took over a lot of production. And so with that said, come Monday, the 28th, U.S. stock futures fall as China protest rips the market, hits oil lower. Excuse me. Yes, so today, stocks were down. Yes, it was. On the fact that what's happened over there in China with the protesting and so forth, and the harsh crackdown of protesting. They're not having none of the protesting over there. Not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And they won't. You know what I'm saying? The president of China to resign. You know, we know that's not gonna happen. That joke love power. And so, like I said, that's hurt the world economy, and Apple more specifically. So Apple does everything. You know, so they farm out the whole production of everything they have and so forth. And like I said, that's been hitting them harder. And so we're gonna watch and pay attention to what happens with these COVID lockdowns and so forth in China, and see will there be any easing up or any like I said, China reaching out for help. Because like I said, with the thing with China is like there's vaccines out there, right? If it depends on you, if you like it or not, whatever your opinion on vaccines, forced vaccines, and so forth, that's your opinion, right? So, but the thing with China is they're not accepting any vaccines from any other country. They want to make their own juice, and I don't know how effective that is and so forth. But it seems like if the people in China, that the leadership wanted to help, like I said, we got the zero policy over there. If you wanted to add a next step, is hey, call up one of the big boys, Pfizer, Moderna, you know what I'm saying, Johnson, and just pass it out and then get past it. But that's not what they want to do. They want to, like I said, they want to use their own juice, and then if a joker cough, they shutting everything down and so forth. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's ridiculous what's happening in China. Unnecessary what's happening in China. But hey, the grand thought of the leadership over there don't want too much inside and so forth, because you know, might find some answers. Well, like I said, we'll see what happens with the Chinese stuff and see how that affects the markets and oil and all that good stuff. Hopefully, it gets better. But we'll see. Come on, China. Let's figure it out. Yes. All right, our next story here. It's interesting. I am surprised. Yes, I am. So, the elections have happened. The House is settled. The House will become in control by the GOP, the Republicans. And so, in the House, there are 435 members. That's both sides. And 218 is the majority. Gets control of the House, pick the leaderships and committees and so forth. But there is a problem. Like I said, Mike McCarthy has felt he's gonna get speaker. But the problem is that Mike McCarthy, there's been 5 Republicans that said they're not voting for Mike McCarthy. They don't support him as being speaker. Now you think 5, let's see, there's 218 needs a majority. Republicans actually hold 222. Okay. And so you need, let's see, you need 218 votes. You need a majority you need all your conference voting for you. But the problem is, in this 218, the 222 to 218 is 4 votes that can say they don't like McCarthy, and McCarthy can still be Speaker of the House. The problem is with that is there are 5 Republicans that say they don't support McCarthy. So that would give McCarthy not enough votes to become Speaker of the House. Well, whoa, what is happening? McCarthy, who'd you piss off? You've been holding the line, they've been behind you the whole time, and now that y'all win, you got 5 people that don't support you? Why don't they support McCarthy? And then my question is this. So these 5 here don't support McCarthy. McCarthy can't become speaker. Are these 5 the most powerful 5 now? Could these 5 be like, okay, I support that joker over there. The whole 5 says, all right, we vote for them. And look at the rest of the House and say, the rest of y'all 217, y'all come vote for him because we picked him as speaker. Because you vote for McCarthy, McCarthy's not getting in there. Whoa, that could possibly happen. Yes, that could possibly happen. But like I said, the vote for the next Congress starts on January 3rd. So there's time to figure this out. There's time to figure it out. But hey, there might not be. Because you gotta think about it here. There's some big name, high popular House members. This ain't like little joke over there. They ain't never done nothing, been there 3 days and said something. These are like the big guys. This is Andy Biggs. Andy Biggs is loved in the Republican Party. He's on a lot of the morning shows on Sundays and so forth. And he said he's no on McCarthy. Yeah, Andy. I can't believe it. Andy Biggs. He was McCarthy's good buddy until they won. Man, that's something. And who else has got this big name? Ralph Northam from South Carolina says no on him. Okay. And Matt Gaetz from Florida says no. Now, Matt got a little trouble. I think he might have skated by his trouble. But he's a no. And like I said, a few more. So I'm trying to see what's going to happen. Matter of fact, people, grab your popcorn, because it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I know politics can be dry. But like I said, it's about to be a little infighting here. Because like these 5 right here of Republicans, when some of them are big name, could change the balance of power that happens in the Congress, in the House. We're gonna see if McCarthly can smooth him over, get some fans and so forth, and pretty much we're gonna figure it out. Yep. So we got to January 3rd. You know what I'm saying? About right after Christmas, after New Year's, it's all going down. And keeping it on the political side and so forth. There's been another shooting in this country. Yep, another shooting. And so within this shooting, President Biden has came out and talked about assault rifle ban. Let's go to President Biden. And President Biden, you tell us what you want to do. Go.
The idea we still allow semi-automatic weapons to be purchased is sick. It's just sick. It has no social redeeming value. Zero. None. Not a single solitary rationale for it except profit for the gun manufacturer.
Can you do anything about gun laws during the lame duck shows?
I'm going to try.
50-50 split Senate. Yeah. When you need 60 votes to pass something like this, Democrats don't have it. And there's more to it. Now let's go to Chris Murphy to also tell you why it's going to be difficult for Biden to pass his ban, assault rifle ban. Go. Yeah. So like I said, it's done a lot of support. So like I said, it's funny. The thing about guns in this country, it's like a rite of passage. It's like, and like I said, there's no wiggle room at all on it. It's like, hey, whatever, just have it. You know, but it's like, it's no good way at all to do this. No good way. Like I said, if you ban this, somebody's gonna scream you're taking their liberties away. If you let it go, then somebody's gonna say, hey, it's easy access. Oh,
That they are not going
Biden.
to state and federal gun laws. They have decided that they are going to.
Yep. So, well, like I said, we got, like I said, when it comes to guns, at the end of the day, it's one of those situations where there's nothing you can really do because there's nothing nobody really wants done. It's like just talking points and so forth, and like I said, any limitations, you know what I'm saying, people are like you taking the air from them and so forth. Yeah, so I'm like, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. Hopefully there's a resolution to this that can actually be done, but it is what it is. Let's see, our next story is a sad story. I'm gonna tell you why it's sad. It's that, I'm gonna just read you the headline and then we can go from there. A record $100 billion was paid out in life insurance benefits last year. Yeah. Yep. The U.S. life insurance paid out $100 billion in 2021, according to new data released Monday by the American Council of Life Insurance. Whoa. So that's nearly 11% jump over 2020. What's that? I said 2020 was a rough year. You know, the COVID, you know, that's the worst version of the COVID and so forth. And the next year is even worse, you know what I'm saying? By 11%? Oh, man. Then, no, granted. And so this is just dollars paid out. So could be people have bigger policies than some people have smaller policies. So we're gonna add that in there. Just keep that back in mind. Like, instead of, let's say the average policy maybe $100,000, and now next year people that have $500,000 policies. Yep. But like I said though, this is the second year in a row insurance benefits paid out increase in double-digit percentages. Yes, the president of the ACLV has said. So this is 2 years back. So like I said, we had COVID 2020. And then 2021, more of the same, so forth. And so what breaks it down? Let's see on where we got the deaths at. Let's see, the increased payout of deaths due to COVID has been associated with 460,000 deaths in 2021. And then the third leading cause of death in the U.S., that's the third leading cause of death in the U.S. It was COVID. So COVID is still out there, people. And the purchase of life insurance has risen to 40 million policies sold. That's up 6.1% since 2020. So, like I said, more people have insurance and so forth. And the average policy size last year was 189,000. So, like I said, people have been buying more policy and so forth. And like I said, on its face, that sounds like, it sounds very, like I said, very daunting and so forth, that 100 billion. But like I said, more people are buying policies and people are buying bigger policies. And so, but like I said, it's still a lot that's happening out here. Hopefully things will calm down. Like I said, COVID numbers still, that's third highest, and we're in 2020, so we're 2 years out from COVID and so forth. Hopefully that, as things go and so forth, that those COVID numbers will go down to nothing and so forth, and we better get past this. Like I said, but that's interesting. And people, there has been significant breakthroughs. Huh? We like breakthroughs here. There's been a mystery about copper has been solved. Yes, copper. Now I know you think about, when you think about metals and so forth, it's all gold and so forth. But nobody thinks about copper. Copper's in everything. In your wiring, infrastructure, anything that needs to transmit electricity, copper is the best conductor of that. And so there was a shortage of copper happening. Yes. There's been a warning sign that copper shortage is here. Yeah. Because like I said, copper been used for tens of thousands of years. New deposits have dried up. And technology has stepped in that help figure out what's happening with this copper. Yep. New technology. There's always got to be new technology. Like I said, just pulling copper from old ways is not been happening here lately. And so forth. And so it's been a game changer in gold supply, that this U.S. startup has solved the puzzle that has been frustrating miners for decades. If successful, discovered by Jetty Resources, could unlock millions of tons of new copper that's going to help feed the power grids, building sites, and car fleets around the world. Yes. We got a new startup company with big plans. Hopefully, they're doing what they say they're doing. Because we have seen other companies that say they do stuff, get all that money, and none of it works. But they do it at the time. But like I said, simple enough. Like I said, the technology is common to tap the ore. They're tapping copper ore behind, thin films that's less costly. So it's not like they're making copper. A little bit of copper, and that will make a lot of copper. So it looks like they're making almost synthetic copper. And they cracked it, and they're saying they cracked the code on how to use this copper and supply it out. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, BHP Group, the largest mining company, is already invested and now is set to spend monthly negotiation of the trial plant to be the crown jewel of the copper mine. So they got the big boys in there on them, and let's see what the big boys gonna do with the big money and see what they can do with this copper. Yeah, and this mine will be in Chile, according to people familiar with the matter. So we're gonna keep up with this story because, like I said, copper right now is having issues and so forth, and like I said, people should recycle copper. Make sure you recycle copper. But like I said, if they found some new technology and this plant works in Chile, then it's gonna be a good thing in the global market. Because like I said, copper is the best conductor of energy, and it's everywhere. So we'll see how that goes. Our next story. It's interesting. I'm gonna give you the headlines. Then we'll go from there. Florida Attorney General says Americans from blue states are moving to the Sunshine State because it's tough on crime. And it's not rocket science, she says. So Florida's AG says the reason people are coming to her state in Florida because of how tough on crime they are. But not because of the weather. Nah, that ain't it. Not because of no state income taxes. Nah, I ain't none of that. None of that. It's because of how tough on crime they are. Yeah. See, Alexa Moody says Americans from blue states are moving to her state because of crime. So she tells Fox News that story. So I'm thinking, okay, I know you want to be important. I feel you. You want to be like you're doing something that's moody here. But the fact is, people move to your state because of the weather, cost of living, and the taxes. Like I said, New York's taxes are super high. I'm pretty sure people like living in New York City. But if they had a choice, either to take New York City, high taxes, cold winters, versus Florida, warm winters, low taxes. Matter of fact, let's say no taxes. I think they're going to check those boxes first. But then, like I said, the quote-unquote crime rate being down is just a consolation prize. But like I said, what would you think? That the Attorney General would tout taxes and weather? Nah, she gonna tout what she has privy to. And that's the crime and the law and order, as she says it. But like I said though, what's happening here? Oh, and also down there, former judge and federal prosecutor points to Ryan DeSantis, the governor, that said recruiting police officers but providing a $5,000 signing bonus that will help recruit, and how they've got tougher on retail theft. Okay. So this bill that's in the Senate, anyone who steals $20 or more items through 5 or more separate thefts within a time period charged with a second-degree felony. Whoa! So if you steal 20 items or more through 5 or more attempts, you get a second-degree felony in the state of Florida. Pretty tough. There is a rash of retail theft across the country, and whatever reason that's happening, so forth. But like I said, I would give Florida's very tough on that. And so, like I said though, I think it ain't just the law and order down there. It's like I said, the income taxes that's none in the state, and that brings down the cost of living and the weather. Who wouldn't want to wear a short sleeve shirt at Christmas? With that said, Florida, I see you.